How's it going, everyone? RoyalFlush here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys have been enjoying the new Tekken content I've been creating for you guys. And by new, I mean for the newer players. Because this game's only been out for, what, 2 months? And so it's still fresh. There's still plenty of time to learn the game. And today I want to focus on one of the aspects of the game that is kind of hard to pick up. And just kind of like, it comes down to dwindling down your moves from a whole bunch to just a few, okay? And I actually want to focus today on something called the Tekken 8 Library by Applay, okay? The Applay Tekken 8 Library. Here's their YouTube, Nixbox Applay, just Applay. They actually post quite a bit on Twitter, character-specific techniques and character-specific like counterplay. But what we want to focus here on today is their link right here. Focusing on, like, let's say you want to learn a new character, okay? And you just want to know a good handful of moves that you should just familiarize yourself with. And so with this thing here, it literally has all the characters that are playable in the game so far, and you can go down the list and you can see all this stuff here per character. We could just read the things. Their unique system mechanics for heat, grabs, defensive options, guaranteed follow-ups, heat engagers, important moves, punishers, and then the other half of the page is all combos. So recently I decided to pick up Kazuya, just out of my own curiosity as to why people were saying he's not easy to use. And then so I actually referenced this guide because I feel like I actually knew a bit of Kazuya from previous games, and knowing that he's a Mishima, he likes to do electric wind god fist. And so we can run through the moves here, and then we can just analyze and be more observant as to the moves you should be using just in general. So we can just focus on the left half of the page, okay? I think the main takeaways is the important moves. That one is the one you actually want to focus on, and then the one right beneath it is punishers. And then notice it has stuff there for like each startup frame of punishers. So normally you would punish a 10 frame punish with 1-1-2, but Kazuya is unique in that he has an 11 frame punish with back 1-2. He has electric wind god fist, which can be a punisher, but I think it's usually more of a whiff punisher than a standing punish, I believe. And he also has down back 1-2, which is also a 13 frame punisher. So let's go ahead and just like test out a few things here. These important moves are normally just going to be, they're a mixture of pokes and just general moves that you should be using here, but they have also a description here. Unlike the in-game move list, where it does tell you a few things about like each move, this Applay Tekken 8 Library, it explains things very quickly and to the point. So it's good for beginners, but if you understand how Tekken works already, then it's actually very comprehensive because it just shows you moves here that you should just be using. And really, you really should just dwindle your main moveset down to like about 10 moves. So let's go ahead and just reference the moves here specifically. Let's see, we got 1-1-2, forward plus 4, down forward 2, down back 4, forward forward 3, forward forward 4, electric wind god fist, and okay. So let's go ahead and just see as to why all these moves are good, okay? So his 1-1-2 string, I mean, you'll be using this because it's a punisher. I'll give you my description and then the description that it says here. Jab to start offense. Full string can be hit confirmed. So yeah, this is really good. So even just using this, we can just see how plus or minus it is on hit and block. So on block, we want to see it's +1, okay? 10 frame. Honestly, everyone's one jab is like an easy just do it type of deal. But with Kazuya, he gets 1-1-2. He gets a knockdown, and it's like a knockdown where it just allows him to continue his offense, okay? You're not going to get anything guaranteed, but in most cases, people are going to want to get up. So that's one. That's the first start here. Forward plus 4. This is a safe mid. Notice it actually pushes him in crouching. Plus 4 on block, okay? So that means this is a safe mid. It's 19 frames though, so that's not particularly fast, but you can just do it as long as you're close in range and you set up your offense. The description here says mid attack for pressure that has counter properties, okay? Counter properties being has a knockdown, okay? So on top of being a safe move, your plus on block plus on hit, plus 7, and then on counter hit, we get a knockdown. So those are all really good things, okay? Let's look at the third move. Down forward 2. This may not look like it, but it's a 14 frame move, so that's actually quite fast for being a counter hit launcher, okay? Counter hit launcher means you get stuff on counter hit, you should get a combo off of that, okay? That means it's like as long as you set up Kazuya to B+, or you see situations where you should throw out a reasonably faster move. While 14 frames isn't considered the fastest, for what it rewards you for, it rewards you a combo. So that's actually really good. It says a homing mid counter hit launcher that is unsafe on block. So with it being unsafe on block, that's a really good point. I mean it's minus 12. You have to know everything's minus 12 because usually your 12 frame Punisher is usually more damaging than your 10 frame Punisher, okay? If your character has one. So down 4-2, really good move, okay? But it's mentioned that's a homing move that's unsafe, so we've already mentioned that. On to the next move. Down back 4. I consider this one of Kazuya's best lows. It's pretty hard to see. If you do it from the 1-2-4 string, it looks like this. They're identical, but 1-2-4 itself is minus 14 and is from a jab string. Down back 4 is just on a standalone. It's much harder to see. I know how minus is it on block? Minus 12. So if you happen to do it from a distance, it'll be harder to punish. So I always regard this move as being a hard to see, like longer reaching low, which is all really good. Okay. Description here says low pro to pressure the opponent. So honestly, I use this move a lot when I'm just kind of brain farting. You gotta have your brain fart move for when you can't really think of what you want to do, but you know it's a good move, so you just do it. This is a good brain fart move for Kazuya. It is unsafe on block, but if they don't see it, you keep doing it. Okay. Forward 4-3. This thing obviously launches. Okay. On block, on hit. That's a special launch. So since this game has that tornado launch, this is not a tornado launch. In other games there were ground bounces, but in this game the ground bounces are actually combo starters all themselves. So we consider this a launcher. Okay. How is it on block? It's minus 3. Okay. Also notice that it forces crouch on block. So that means if they're recovering from this move, if they press a button, they're actually doing a while standing move, or they have to force themselves to do a crouching move. Description here says safe mid launcher that can be used in mix-ups. Let's get a better knockdown. Let's say we knock them down, and then we get in their face, and then we try to. Let me say we knock them down, and then we just go in for a dashing mix-up. Okay, we knock them down, we can go for down back forward. 1, 2. No. So forward 4-3. So the fact that Kazuya has safe mids, really good, because mids are the most important hitting moves in this game because you can't crouch them and you have to stand block them, okay? So with him having a safe launcher, that means he should be getting pretty decent damage off of a safe move. Let's not forget our hit states here. Okay. Okay, combos, alright? Forward, forward, forward. This is honestly a move that you'll see a lot from Kazuya. If you took a peek at the guaranteed follow-ups, all of his moves that are there have forward, forward, forward as a follow-up. So that means off of a lot of knockdowns he gets, forward, forward, forward will just hit. Side step up. If you do it fast enough, of course. It's a mid. It's minus 9 on block, and you can just kind of throw it in there. This is reasonably just a good brain fart move, okay? The description here says useful for getting the opponents off the ground. So once you start getting to the opponents who just want to stay on the ground, this thing will totally force them up, because you can keep on doing this, and regardless of how they're grounded on the floor, this thing will just hit them. So yes, it's a good move. Alright, onto Electric Wind God Fist. Alright, if you've played any Kazuya, if you ever see them accidentally down jab or even down forward too, good chances are they're trying to do Electric Wind God Fist. This is Kazuya's signature move. Obviously, it's very satisfying when you get it because unlike the regular God Fist, which, let's go look at it on block. I'll even have to do it from this. It's minus 10, okay? Still 11 frames, but when you do Electric Wind God Fist, perfectly, you get the electricity and laser on block. It's +5 on block. You get that nice pressure setup, so if you get them near a wall. But on top of that, it's a launcher on hit. Okay? So once you get your combos down, you can really maximize your potential as using Kazuya. The explanation here is high launching attack useful in many situations, and yes it is. So if you're able to execute this move well enough, you can honestly just throw it out, not too frivolously, but use it knowing that it's a high. But aside from the fact that it's a high, you could just pretty much throw it out because you know it's a good move. It's a launcher, and they have to be aware of the fact that it exists. And it is a Kazuya signature move. The last one here is Hell Sweep. This is forward, down, down, forward, 4 and 1, 4 and 1. Okay. So this is what I call an unseeable low because it really is hard to see. There are players though, if you've conditioned them well enough or you've already like not landed any lows in the entirety of the round, you should just know that this move is going to come. But it is a hard to see low. If you're not really ready for it, it will get you. The positioning on this low, it puts Kazuya so close that honestly on your wake up, there's a lot you can do as Kazuya. You know, you can pretty much pressure with every single move that has been mentioned that isn't a high. So as long as it's a mid or a low, you can continue with that pressure. The description here says a strong low that is the base of his mix-up game. So yeah, I would say with these, if we detract from the rest of this entirety of this list, you could just go off of important moves and you're already up to a really good start with using the character. But of course, you want to know what else your character can do. So explore the rest of this Applay library for Tekken 8. So I just went through all those important moves. You can test out the combos. They will give you a good guideline as to what you should do. So normally it's going to be, you know, your standard launch, maybe some special combos because they require a counter hit, or maybe because there's stuff there in heat mode, and also it even includes stuff for wall combos. So, but really, if you're just understanding that you want to learn how to approach with your character, start with the important moves, because these moves will be the basis that will allow you to basically spread throughout the entirety of the rest of the page. You start with the important moves, and then you can move on to the other areas, and then you can start playing Tekken. So that's mainly what I wanted to focus on. Get your important moves down, because once you get those down, you know you have something to fall back on in case you forget how to play the character. You remember your 10 moves, you're good. You have your fallback, and you can just play the game. And then once you understand your character a little bit better, you can start doing other things and maybe even crafting your own style with your character that you just want to get good with. Alright, so go ahead and use that Tekken 8 library, add it to your bookmarks, and keep on using it because it's honestly just a really good reference tool. I still reference it even though I already know how to play this game. I already know how to play this character. It's still a good reference because I'm not going to remember everything every time. Guys, let me know what you guys think. I think having guides for playing Tekken is really good because you can find information on, I guess, Twitter or Reddit or even Discord, but say you don't want to have to, you know, do your own digging, but you want a resource. The Applay Tekken 8 library is really good because it's updated quite often, and even at the higher levels, it's still a good reference tool, okay? Outside of frame data, what's within the game, and outside of what you're going to see some really optimized stuff, if you bring things down to the basics, you can play Tekken effectively and have a good time, okay? So get out there, get in the ranks, and, you know, give it your best, okay? Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one, okay? See ya.